How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Is that the best you can do? Everybody doing good? Hey, so we're just having dealing with some technical issues right now with it going online. So I just wanted to come up and chop it up with you before we get going. I'm gonna tell you a joke. This guy goes into a bar. And I'm only kidding. I don't know any jokes, but everybody's doing good. How many people might have a testimony they might be able to share tonight? Something really good. Somebody might have just got out of prison. You ain't got to do it right now. I'm just telling you to get ready. Somebody might have just got out of prison. Somebody might have just got a job. Somebody might have just got their driver's license, hint, 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 hint. Or somebody may be celebrating some clean time under their belt. Somebody might be a parole officer in the room. I don't even want to look over there at her. But somebody might have something they want to share. So just go ahead and get ready for when we get ready to go and finish working on this technical issues. How many people in this room graduated on Friday? How was that graduation? Was it good? Good, 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 good. I'm hoping that you guys really celebrated that and had a lot of big fun with it in the headquarters of the police. Man, who say it there? There we go. Say it. That's right. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Man, how's everything going with you? Work going good? That's what I'm talking about, man. How many other people maybe just started the job? Okay, okay. I want to hear from you because again, it's good for the men and women to see you as you were there with them, and now you guys out and you're doing life. I know there's somebody in this room that was at Florence McClure, and we went out down like 2 months ago, and she got baptized, and it really, really blessed my heart today when she walked through the door. Because sometimes people that are in prison, it's so good to see all my 12A people up in here. But it's so good sometimes because as we're going into Gene Camp or Casa Grande or going to Florence McClure, we tell them the importance of the minute that you get out, we need to see you walk through the door, right? I need to see you standing in the lobby. So when I am walking in or whatever the case may be, and I see somebody in the lobby that I know from one of the facilities, it really, really blesses my heart. So you guys are in a really, really, really good place. So if somebody's in this room and maybe they got baptized and they just got out on Friday and they're here today, you might want to come up and share that. You might want to share that. Or if somebody sent me a text message this morning with their driver's license, you might want to share that. Or again, myself, I know that the minute that I shoot something, smoke something, snort something, drink something, the minute it gets in my system, it's going to make me other than who I really am. Does that make sense? I'm going to say something, I'm going to do something, I'm going to think something that I would not normally say, do, or think if I wasn't in complete control of this right here. And I never, ever, ever want to lose possession of this ever again. And that's why I'm confident that I'll remain clean and sober. Do you notice that I started? We're live? You put me out there like that? Oh my gosh, hold on 1 second, man. Didn't even know. Well, hello, and welcome to the Hope for Prisoners Tuesday Night Huddle Up. I am John Ponder, founder and CEO. You can clap it up, you can clap it up. We want to say a big shout out to Steve and Judy Siegel over at Pink Box. We're standing in the Steve and Judy Siegel Auditorium in the Billy Walter Center for Second Chances. Thank you guys so much for the delicious Pink Box donut. I want everybody to say, we love Pink Box. No, say it like I mean it. Say, I love Pink Box. So thank you guys so very, very much. I want to say hello to everyone here. Give yourselves a hand for showing up here tonight and huddling up. Want to give a big shout out to everybody inside Nevada Department of Corrections. We got Gene Conservation Camp. We have Casa Grande. We have Southern Desert. Can we give them a big, gigantic round of applause? Also want to say hello to everyone who's joining on the Hope for Prisoners Facebook page live, the YouTube channel, and our LinkedIn page from around the world. Can we give them a big, gigantic round of applause? I also want to give a big shout out to some folks in the state of Utah. I had the great privilege of spending some time with some wonderful, wonderful people over in the state of Utah. And I know that you guys are online tonight. Can we give it up for them and give them a big, gigantic round of applause? Now, listen, you guys are in for an absolute treat. Maybe a lot of people in this room know this guy who is in this room. And if you know anything about him, you know he's going to come with some thunder. But before we do that, we want to have an opportunity to open up for some testimonies in this room. There's something that has happened magnificent in your life, something that God has done. Might have got a job, might have got a driver's license, might have just got out, got some clean time underneath your belt. It's important you come up and share, not only for the people that are here in the room, but it gives the men and women who are watching on the other side the understanding that there's a testimony inside them once they get released. So if you're in this room, you can just make your way up front. If you're inside one of the correctional facilities, slip up that little yellow hand. And if you're on one of our social media platforms, please drop the comment in the chat, and chat's going to be honored in the chat. So open it up. Popcorn testimonies. Make your way on up. Are you coming up? Come on up. Give him a hand, man. Give him. No, you got to lose your mind. Give him a hand. I want you to step up. The camera's right over there. They're on there. Hey, can we put 12A up on there, please? There they go. There they go. You got to look right here. And what do you want to say, Joe? Tell us your name. What do you want to say?
My name is Mandeep Singh, and I got out last month and graduated last week. And I thank the Hope for Prison. I thank you, John Potter. I was able to hug my kids. I was able to see them after 10 months. And after 10 months, I was able to, and then I'm doing really good, doing interviews every day. Hopefully by next week, I'm going to start the job, and life is good. And everybody, I want to say something to all 12 of my guys, everybody. I see B, Boy, everybody, Jeff. You guys are doing good. You guys are going to get out. Everything is going to be covered for you guys. John Ponder has everything on track. I'm going to tell you guys, I met this guy, Brightline Express vice president, right? Yep. To meet the guy, you have to go through 100 emails to get a glimpse of him. And I shook a hand with him, and they are doing, you were saying $4 billion, right? Yep. It's $21 billion project they're doing. Wow. And they are hiring 11,000 people with all the welders, electricians, starting pay is
Say it again.
11,000 people. They're gonna hire for Bright and Express only in Nevada, and they are starting at $30 per hour for every welder and electrician.
That's right. That's right, man. Thank you so very, very much. Very much. Come on, step up. Tell us your name and what is that question? That testimony you might have.
Hey, what's going on to my 12A brothers, man? I just came straight from work from LVIW just to be here so I can check y'all out. I'm having a ball up there, learning a lot, doing a lot, teaching a lot. So, it's all love to everybody. Peace.
Man, give it up for Willie Carter. Give it up for him. Come on up. Tell us, man, I got all these 12A guys up in here, man.
What's up, guys? My name's Alexander. I actually got to go home after work, so we got to get cleaned up. But November, I got 2 years clean on November 13th.
Man, give it up for him for that. 2 years clean and's over.
And also, I'm off parole.
Man, give him a high five. He said he cleaned up that paper. Tiffany was in the back. I'm sorry, Officer Smith was in the back going, woo, 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 woo. Come on up. Tell us your name and what is that testimony you'd like to share with us?
Hi, I'm Summer. I just got out of Gene. I'm in the 184 program. I just want to tell my friends at Gene that I love them. Wiggles, Destiny, and Miranda, I love you guys so much, and I miss you.
Man, give Summer a hand for that. Give her a hand. Come on, step up, step up, step up. Look over there in the camera and tell us what it is you want to share with us.
Hi, my name is Paisley, and I graduated DBT class from Hope for Prisoners yesterday.
Man, give it up for her. Give me a high five, Paisley. So super proud of you. Come on, we got time for one more. Look right over in the camera and let's get famous together, right? Tell us your name and what is that testimony you'd like to share?
All right, my name is Robert McGee, and I thank the Lord for saving my soul. I thank God for shedding his blood for my sins.
That's right.
I thank God for Hope for Prisoners. I graduated August the 22nd. Now I'm in an 18-month program here.
That's right.
And tomorrow I got an interview at Lolo's Chicken and Waffles for a managed position in the kitchen. And I got 2 years, 8 months, and 18 days clean and sober.
Man, give it up for him, man. Give it up, give it up, give it up. That is so awesome. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? Isn't it so good when you hear the testimonies from other people? It's just really, really encouraging. And those are the things that kind of set my soul on fire. So this is what we're going to do. Because you guys know this guy. I ain't got to read no Bible, read no bio. I got to read the Bible every single day. But I don't have to read his bio because you guys know he is. But before we introduce him and turn him over to you, we can bow our heads and go before the Lord in prayer. So, Father, we just come before you this evening in the name of Jesus. As always, God, we just want to thank you for being the magnificent, wonderful, incredible God that you are. Thanking you for everything you've done, the things that you do, Lord, and everything, God, that your word promises that you will do. We, God, invite you into this huddle up this evening. We ask you to huddle up with us. We ask you to open up heavens over 333 North Rancho, God, to just pour out your spirit into this room, to give us eyes to see and ears to hear, God, as we are continuing to learn and to grow into the beautiful masterpieces, God, that you have created each of us to be. We want to lift up our speaker to you tonight, God. We ask you to illuminate every gift, talent, and ability, God, that's on the inside of him, God. So as the words flow out of his mouth, God, that they will be received deep in our spirit for the intended purpose for which you sent it. We love you, we worship you, and we pray you this prayer in the matchless name of your son, Jesus Christ. And in Jesus' name, everybody said amen. Amen. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over from Ketter Development, Hope for Prison's lead trainer, Mr. Greg Ketter. Please give it up for him.
Man, you guys got me excited. Look at this. The last time I did this, Sean, I think we had about 12 people in the room. But now we got some souls. We got some winners. We got some winners. You got any winners in this room? You know, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not trying to be no motivational speaker because that's just not what I do. I really don't believe in motivational speaking, to be honest with you. Because if you can breathe, you can achieve. Ooh. And then 3 days later, you go, why am I so great again? No, I believe people need information. They need, even if it starts with just baby steps, they need instructions, step by step. They need fuel that they can work on and build and grow and be your own motivator. Anybody understand what I'm saying? You motivate yourself. You won't be dependent on somebody else. Now, John talked about learning. I would like to teach you guys a little something today because I'm a trainer. I'm not a speaker. I'm a trainer. And so we're going to have like 30 minutes of college today. Is that okay? Some college, some learning. And they look at me like, what's the guy talking about? Uh-oh. Everybody got 2 documents, right? I handed out 2 documents. And then for the folks streaming, we're going to put it up on the screen. You got one? Okay. Let's see. Dr. Willis, maybe you should have one that says First Decision for Success. And the first one we're going to look at is called The Social Mirror. And if you don't have, then we'll get you some more copies. But what I'd like to start off with, because we always talk about, like the 3 things I want to talk about today or this evening. The first thing I want to talk about is potential. I want to talk about potential. And then I want to talk about accountability. And then the third thing we're going to wrap up is we're going to talk about having a strong sense of identity, knowing who you are. Because you need a platform, you need a strong platform if you're going to build on your life from this point forward. And, you know, I'm going around telling people already Happy New Year. They look at me like I'm a few French fries short of a Happy Meal. But no, I'm already, see, winners think ahead. I'm already into 2026, and I'm prophesying. This is going to be a good year, no matter what happens around me. And I want you to do the same. You have to claim it. There's power in the tongue. Anybody believe that? The power of life and death is in the tongue. So as far as I'm concerned, we're already into the first quarter. And I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always thinking ahead. Anybody else eventually one day or now want to own your own business? See? And so you got to listen to this stuff today because it's gonna be good for you. I like what John said about feeding your soul. I'm so excited right now because in my personal life, I'm not on hustle mode. I'm on grand hustle mode. I'm trying to get paid. Anybody trying to get paid? You ain't mad at me. I'll tell you I'm trying to get paid, right? So I travel around the world. God has blessed me to have a business. Well, y'all probably know I used to be a weatherman. I did the weather for Fox Channel 11 in LA for 10 years. I talked about low clouds and fog with hazy afternoon sunshine and highs in the mid 70s. Tomorrow, low clouds and fog with hazy afternoon, because the weather never changed. And after a while, my mind was getting a little dull, and I decided to start my own business. And it was tough at first. You future entrepreneurs, it's going to be tough at first, but it's going to be worth it. The reward will be great. But you have to be responsible. You have to think about all those details that your employers usually, do for you. So we'll talk about a little bit about that. But I do want to talk about potential. There's this lady, and some of you know about this one of my favorite quotes. Her name is Helen Keller. And Helen Keller was deaf, blind, and mute. So she couldn't see, she couldn't hear, and she couldn't talk. But how many people, raise your hand if you ever heard the name Helen Keller? Look around the room. Now, I want you to repeat after me her quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. I'm only one. I cannot do everything. But I can do something. And I will not refuse to do the something I can do. Now, this lady couldn't see, she couldn't hear, and she couldn't speak. They taught her how to communicate through Braille. And everybody knows her name. She became a teacher, she was a writer, she helped start a union, and she was one of the only persons in the early 1900s that have these kind of handicaps and graduated in a school of higher learning. In other words, college degree, Helen Keller. Now, she can do all that stuff, and she doesn't have half her senses. What's our excuse for not doing something great in this world before we leave this room? The upper room, before we leave to go to the upper room. What's our excuse? Anybody got any excuse? I respect that. So that means you have a great opportunity to achieve something really significant in this world. How many people got folks that love you? You know you got people in your life that love you, right? And how many people want to do something for those people that love you and that you love? That's what this is about. So let's talk about potential first. Everybody got the social mirror sheet? Social mirror. Okay. This is a concept, and one of the reasons why I picked this is because when John asked me to come and speak today, like 90 minutes ago, thanks, John. I said, now what can I talk to folks about that would be relevant in their life, that they would resonate with, and that would be good for them going forward? And that's when I said, oh, okay, let's talk about potential, because I believe that everybody has potential. And I have another quote, but this is mine. You can always count the amount of seeds that are in an apple, but unless you know someone's true potential, you never know how many apples are in that one seed. Anybody feel me on that? How many apples can come from one seed? Say it. A tree, an orchard, right? So unless somebody knows your potential, they can't speak on it. This concept, for some of you guys, this is going to hit home. It's called the social mirror. Can we put that up on the screen? The social mirror. I'm going to read it for you real quick. We're going to do a little college today. I taught for 5 years at UNLV, and these are some of the things I taught future entrepreneurs and current entrepreneurs and grad school students. You got to have a sense of identity. And sometimes when we're young, people tell us who we are, and they don't even know who we are. So let me read this first. The social mirror is a concept. What if, when you look at a mirror, say it's a big giant mirror, say that TV screen right there was a big giant mirror, and you stand in front of that mirror, what are you going to see? You stand in front of that mirror, a glass mirror. You're going to see an image of yourself. But what if you replace that glass mirror with people, and then they tell you what they see in you? Are they mostly right? Are they right most of the time? No, because they don't know your potential. And how about, let's put some hot sauce on this. How about if you are like 5 years old? Because psychologists and psychiatrists, they say that if between the ages of 1 and 7, that's when we develop our identity, our idiosyncrasies, our fears, our courage, between the ages of 1 and 7. So say you're 5 years old and a big human is telling you, what they see in you. They go, boy, you clumsy. You think that child's going to want to grow up and be a dance choreographer in New York City? No, that's the message that sometimes we get when we're young, and it stays with us. We don't even remember it most of the time, but it lay dormant in our subconscious mind. And you wonder, why am I this way when it comes to that? So let me just read this real quick. And then if you have any questions, I will be glad to entertain them. The social mirror is a metaphor for the way we see ourselves, because others reflect their perceptions, opinions, and paradigms. A paradigm is a viewpoint. It's the way people see the world about us through their words and behaviors. From the social mirror, we form images and judgments of ourselves. For example, I'm not a creative person, or I'm good with numbers. Because the social mirror reflects our memories of what others see in us, it is often inaccurate and limiting. Our real potential, on the other hand, can best be drawn from our imagination. While memories constrain, imagination is limitless. You know why imagination is limitless? Because it comes from you. It's that seed, it's that greatness that God plants inside of you. But when other people tell you what they see in you, anybody ever tell you what they see in you and you know they're wrong? Yeah, and see, they won't tell you that they're wrong. They'll just tell you, oh, this is my opinion of you. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you right now, they don't know your potential. And when you're 5 years old, your mama don't know your potential, and she your mama. You got to grow up. You become that seed that is planted, and you expand, and you do something great. I believe everyone has something great in them. I believe everybody can do something in you that nobody else can do. Anybody believe that? How many people feel like you have a gift inside? Well, I want you, this is going into 2026 very soon. I want you to think in terms of cultivating that gift. It's time to tap into your greatness. It's time, folks. This is not a random message. You're meant to be within the sound of my voice. It's time for you to think about growing that gift inside of you and sharing it with the world. Let your people know who you are. Let your children. How many people got kids? Got little eyes. Got little eyes watching you. They're dependent on you to show them the way. And when it comes to children, more is caught than is taught. You know that, right? More is caught than is taught. They're going to do what they see you do. They're going to say what they hear you say. So you got to be mindful of how you present yourself to your children, and to the rest of the world. Anybody still with me on this? Okay, I'm gonna get a little deep, but I ain't gonna get too deep. But this is about potential, tapping into your potential and knowing that you have greatness in you and being brave enough to say, you know what, it's my time to shine. I got this message in 2025. Okay, we're going into Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that, but think ahead right now. And we can help you. I've been with Hope for Prisoners since day one, 15 years ago. I've seen so many souls change. I've seen so many people reunite with their children and have, good things in life. One guy has a house over in, I'm still a little bit jealous. So he got a house over in Anthem. Seven Hills up there when you go up there and they got the water fountains and the golf course. And he was sitting in my classroom. I said, man, look at you, boy. But I love it. I love it. And you have that same gift inside of you. Whatever your gift is, it's time to cultivate. It's time for you to be brave enough to bring it out. And let the big humans or whoever says that you cannot do, that you can. And they don't know who you are. They don't know from where you come. They don't know your sense of purpose. There was a time in my life when I was working for Circus City. Anybody remember Circus City? And I remember on a Saturday, this is in West LA, right? On a Saturday, I go out front, I have a 15-minute break, and I'm watching the cars go by. And it was right next to Santa Monica, the beach. And I see the cars, and they have beach balls and surfboards attached to the car. I said, these people are going to have a good day. And I got to go back in Circus City and sell kitchen appliances, But what I remember thinking to myself was, you know what? When's going to be my turn, Lord? When's going to be my turn? Because there's more to life than watching other people live it. I want you guys to have the best. If you're still inside, that's okay. Sooner or later, you're going to be outside. Sooner or later, you guys are going to be sitting in this audience right there, and we're going to receive you, and we're going to have your back, right? And we're going to encourage them, right? Right? That's right. You are the example. You guys are the blueprint for others coming behind you. That's why we don't call our people ex-offenders and nothing like that. We call you hopefuls because you're hope for other people. Y'all receive that? Ooh, man, y'all getting a little quiet on me now. I'm just getting going right now. I seen y'all in church, man. That was cool. Y'all have a good time? Yeah, that was good stuff, man. Give it to God, man. Give it to God. Anybody going to give it to God right now? Come on. Okay, so now I'd like to do something. I'd like to. So we talked about potential, knowing that you have potential, knowing that it's inside of you. Just know that for now. Now I want to switch gears real quick because I'm almost running out of time. I want to talk about accountability. Is accountability something that we need to embrace? Definitely, right? And sometimes it's not easy, is it? Being accountable means that you are being responsible, that you're saying, okay, this is up to me. I need to do this. I put myself in this position. I'm going to get myself out by the grace of God. Is that okay to say? Y'all look so comfortable over there. Y'all comfortable? Y'all good? Okay. I'm glad you're here. Anybody got their boo? Who got their boo in the room right now? Who's sitting with their boo? You sit with your boo? Your boo? Who's sitting with their boo? Okay. Oh, right over. Oh, a threesome, huh? Okay, we're gonna move on because it's a family show, Okay, let's put up on the screen, and I want to play this audio track for you. It's called The First Decision for Success. This is by a book that I would recommend. It's called The Traveler's Gifts. The Traveler's Gifts. It's an easy book to read, and it's something that it's like 6 life lessons, and they'll all be like relative to where you are right now. So can we play that?
For success. The buck stops here. From this moment forward, I will accept responsibility for my past. I understand that the beginning of wisdom is to accept the responsibility for my own problems, and that by accepting responsibility for my past, I free myself to move into a bigger, brighter future of my own choosing. Never again will I blame my parents, my spouse, my boss, or other employees for my present situation. Neither my education nor lack of one, my genetics, or the circumstantial ebb and flow of everyday life will affect my future in a negative way. If I allow myself to blame these uncontrollable forces for my lack of success, I will be forever caught in a web of the past. I will look forward. I will not let my history control my destiny. The buck stops here. I accept responsibility for my past. I am responsible for my success. I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because of decisions I have made. My decisions have always been governed by my thinking. Therefore, I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because of how I think. Today, I will begin the process of changing where I am, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, by changing the way I think. My thoughts will be constructive, never destructive. My mind will live in the solutions of the future. It will not dwell in the problems of the past. I will seek the association of those who are working and striving to bring about positive changes in the world. I will never seek comfort by associating with those who have decided to be comfortable. When faced with the opportunity to make a decision, I will make one. I understand that God did not put in me the ability to always make right decisions. He did, however, put in me the ability to make a decision and then make it right. The rise and fall of my emotional tide will not deter me from my course. When I make a decision, I will stand behind it. My energy will go into making the decision. I will waste none on second thoughts. My life will not be an apology. It will be a statement. The buck stops here. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. In the future, when I am tempted to ask the question, why me? I will immediately counter with the answer, why not me? Challenges are gifts, opportunities to learn. Problems are the common thread running through the lives of great men and women. In times of adversity, I will not have a problem to deal with. I will have a choice to make. My thoughts will be clear. I will make the right choice. Adversity is preparation for greatness. I will accept this preparation. Why me? Why not me? I will be prepared for something great. I accept responsibility for my past. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I am responsible for my success. The buck stops here.
Thank you. Thank you, Chad. What y'all think about that? Good stuff? Was there any particular line? We only have time for just a few, but was there any particular line in there that resonated with you? Yes. Your life will not be an apology.
It'll be a statement.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's good. Anybody relate to that? My life will not be an apology. Your life is not an apology. You're here for a reason. Anybody else? One or two lines? Yes, sir. The buck stops here. That's it, right? Bottom line, right? You ready? Man, I hear you. I hear you. And at some point, you have to say that to yourself, too. I want one more over here. Anybody over this side? One line that you liked? Yes. That's right. That's right. When faced with an opportunity, I will make you, in other words, you're going to be accountable to yourself. It was when I decided to be accountable to myself and not blame others. Come on, man. Other people have nothing to do with it, folks. There were some times when I was so low, I thought I hit rock bottom, and then I discovered that rock bottom has a basement. I said, oh, man. And I decided, okay, if it's going to be, it's got to be up to me. I was living in my car. I was homeless for 34 days. And that may not seem like a lot, but, man, when nighttime comes and you ain't got a door to put a key in and a roof over your head, man, that's some scary stuff. And I was living in my car at the time, right? At least I was living in my car. I had a Datsun 280ZX. Anybody remember those? Now, you know, there wasn't no big car. And I'm 6'7", right? So like this overnight, I said, I'm just going to give it one more day. You know, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going back home. I'm from Philly, by the way, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Anyway, if I had gone back home, I was going to do what a lot of my boys did. They got a job at the factory, at the Nabisco factory, making cardboard boxes on the third floor, no windows. I said, no, just give me one more day, Lord, one more day. And I just kept telling myself, one more day, one more day. And I remember what Dr. Martin Luther King said. He said, only in the darkest nights can you truly see the stars. And that's true. Sometimes when we're just about to give up, folks, that's when your blessings are about to pour in. So do not quit. Do not give. You don't lose unless you stop. And we don't do that here at Hope for Prisoners. We go all the way. There's something else that I want to share with you. when John first asked me to be a trainer for Hope for Prisoners 15 years ago, I said, why me, John? He says, you know what, Greg, we got somebody that can speak from the incarceration standpoint, but I need somebody that's square. I said, excuse me? That's how he put it. And I said, you know what? I accept that. Corny is the new cool. That's what I'm talking about, right? Because if square, and they've been calling me square ever since, for 15 years they called me square, but I don't care. I without hesitation, without apology. I'm hoping somebody else want to be square too. Because anybody else in this room want to be square? That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm not alone. I'm not alone up in here. See my folks over there? Uh-huh. That's right. Right. I won't fall down the hole. You remember that, right? Listen, if Square is having a little nest egg in the bank for emergencies, whatever, then I'm okay with being Square. And Square is being like maybe got a little property, like a house or maybe a rental, somebody giving you some residual ink, then I'm okay with being Square. And the Square is having some decent, halfway decent, down south they call it credit, have some decent credit, you know, and I'm okay with being Square. And finally, folks, if Square is being able to sleep good at night, and you don't have to worry about nobody kicking down your door at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anybody feel me? Then we okay being Square. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one that want to be Square up in this room. I'm going to call it hashtag Square Biz. That's right, because we're going to take it Square Biz, all right? Thank you. So keep this document, because this is accountability right here. Taking accountability for your actions and for your life. Now, I got to wrap this up, but I do want to talk about the last category, which is having a strong sense of identity, knowing who you are and what you stand for, and make sure that your kids know who you are and what your last name stands for, and so they grow up. Because nowadays, I'm not going to get into the whole conversation, but these young folks, they're making me kind of nervous, you know, because I don't understand. I don't know, parents, I hope you do, but you pick up that cell phone and try to understand their text. It's like the Da Vinci Code. You ever try to look at your kids' text and they got their own language? You know, you say you don't even try, right? But what we have, huh? The emojis, right, and the code words and all this kind of stuff. But we need to let them know who we are. And I'm an advocate for parenthood, because I live actually next to a middle school. And sometimes, you know, I got my little home office, I open the window, get some fresh air. And when the kids are walking home from school, man, you should hear some of the things that come out their mouth. And I'm going, I wasn't thinking like that when I was in the 6th grade. You know, I want to yell, does your mama know you talk like that? You know, so just, you know, be that example. Don't be their friend. Of course you want to have that bond, but be their parent. You know what I mean? There's a line, there's that line of demarcation where you got, you know, a little tough love, and they will come back to you maybe 19, 20, 21, something like that, and say, Mom, Dad, you know what? Thank you for showing me tough love and not giving up on me and treating me like I deserve to be treated at that time. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Especially if you have kids that are about like right around 13, 14 years old. That's when they lose their mind. But they're going to come back, okay? So, huh? You start smelling yourself. Okay. But a strong sense of identity is what I want to leave you with. Last week at the graduation, I told you I started reading Maya Angelou. She has a lot to say. Anybody ever look up Maya Angelou and hear some of the pearls of wisdom that she be dropping? It's Still I Rise, right? This lady is awesome. So I decided that I wanted to share one of her quotes that I think is relevant with you guys now, and just let me know. But it resonated with my heart when I heard it. She said, "My dear, there comes a time in every life when you must decide, will you stay the same or will you rise? Reinvention is not becoming someone new. It's about uncovering who you've always been. You see, life will break you, bend you, and test you. But oh, how it will also build you. Each challenge is an invitation to grow, to shed skin that no longer fits, and then will walk you boldly into your next chapter. Don't be afraid to let go of what no longer serves your spirit. Don't let the weight of your past keep you from dancing into your future. You are not bound by yesterday's vision or version of you. Every sunrise whispers, begin again. And that, my friends, is your permission to start over, wiser, stronger, and more beautiful than you ever have been. Stand tall, speak truth, live with grace, and remember, every time you choose to rise, you're reinventing not just yourself, but the story of your life, your story. So this is time for us to start thinking about 2026, because we're about to shut it down after November. November, we're going to have a good time in November. But after that, folks, it's okay to party hard for vacation, for Christmas and all that. But I want to talk to some people who are getting serious about their life. I'm going to be a mentor of 1,000 people, because I believe that you guys have something great to contribute. We want some serious stories coming out of you guys. I believe somebody in this room has a New York Times bestseller in them. Anybody got a story? Anybody feel like you got a story you can share with the world and people would benefit from your story? It's not random. It's not just, it didn't just happen. It happened for a reason. So let's have some fun. Let's enjoy the holidays. But when we get into early January, let's hit the bricks running. And whatever your goals are, we can help you with that stuff. If you need counseling, we can help you with that. If you want to go back to school and get your GED or your bachelor's or your master's or your PhD, we can help you with that. You want to, you need an ID or driver's license, or you want to get that vocational skills, training. We can help you with that and pay for that. I mean, virtually anything that you want to do, we just got to know what you want to do. And then let's be the best at it. I don't care if you're a street sweeper. You sweep those streets like Picasso painted pictures. Be the best. Anybody feel me on this? Okay, I know I'm over the top. I didn't have no coffee. This is how I am. If you're not about business, thinking about business right now and getting ahead in your life, and you hang out with me, I will annoy you. Because that's where I am right now. I'm on grand hustle mode right now, Mr. Ponder. I'm trying to get things done, and I know that you guys are too. Anybody right now excited about your future? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I just want to say, and you guys too, and everybody we're streaming with, we love you guys. Tell them we love you guys. That's right. Wave at them, wave at them. Can they see you guys? Okay, hey, what's up? See, that's cool. That's cool. I really like this. Thank you for inviting me to the huddle, Mr. Ponder. And you guys, thank you for putting up with me for the last 45 minutes. I really got nothing but love and respect for you. God bless you. Woo.
Can we give it up again for Greg Getter? He did a good job. I think he's getting out of the room, but we're not going to let him get out of the room without some Q&A. Right? This is a time for Q&A where we ask you, what was that nugget, or what was it that Greg said that really, really resonated with you? We're going to open it up to everybody here in the room. And then we're going to open it up to the folks inside Nevada Department of Corrections, Facebook Live, and the LinkedIn page. You could drop it into the chat. What was that thing that Greg Ketter dropped in this room that really resonated with you? Going once. I'm going to come over there to you. What I'm going to ask you to turn around and take a look at the camera there and tell us your name and what is that thing that Greg shared with you?
Hi, my name is Salisa Salas, and he shared the fact that he was living out of his car. I myself have experienced homelessness as well, and I want to know how he pulled himself out of that situation.
That's a great question, Greg.
Yes. Well, first of all, I prayed a lot, because sometimes when you've done all that you can do, you just have to stand, and just hope that God will just hear your prayers and see your tears. When I actually was on the last week of having enough money to get an apartment, my car broke down. So now I'm real homeless. And I was walking down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I saw a U-Haul truck go by. And it said $19.99 for the weekend special. I said, there goes my next home right there. And I knew I only had one more week, and I had enough money for this apartment. I slept in the U-Haul truck Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. And I woke up with dry tear stains on my face on Sunday. I said, man, I was crying in my sleep, but I refused to give up. And one person, the lady that had the keys to this apartment, every week I'd say, see, I got more money, Betty. I'm coming. Please don't give this apartment away. And she showed me the keys. She said, Greg, these keys ain't going nowhere. And she said, I believe in you. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you that. Y'all know what I mean? I had a video I wanted to show you guys, but I don't think we have time for it. It's like 4 minutes long. It answers that question. And it goes from this before and after when I was not a weatherman until I became a weatherman. And sometimes some of my students ask me, they make me play it in the classroom. And I don't know if we have time at the end, Mr. Ponder, let me know. But it tells you that story. And it just wasn't one day at a time. One day at a time. Yeah.
He said one day at a time. Give him a hand for that. Give him a hand. I don't know if we have time for the video, but you know that thing that weathermen do about the forecast and all, we might have you do some of that. But we had a question or a comment right here in the room. If you'll step up, take a look at the camera right there and tell us your name and what's that question. He's trying to take the mic and his arms is really big, so I'm gonna give it to him.
That's right. Give him the mic.
My name is Sabri. The thing that resonated with me is when you said you thought about giving up, and you said, well, just give it one more day. Just give it one more day. And that one more day didn't mean just the next day.
Right.
And that's what I believe. I believe when we talk about waiting until tomorrow,
right,
it doesn't necessarily mean the very next day. It's going to be another tomorrow.
That's right.
You just got to keep waiting on it.
Keep waiting on it. That's right, brother. That's right.
It'll happen.
Absolutely. I feel you.
Give him
That's
a
good
hand for
stuff.
that. Give him a hand with Greg Ketter from Ketter Development, the lead trainer at Hope for Prisoners. It looks like we're going to go inside Nevada Department of Corrections, the Casa Grande. Please step up. Tell us your name and what is that question, a comment that you might have for Greg Ketter.
Hi, my name is Lexi. I just wanted to ask, what was the name of the audiobook that you were playing?
Oh, it's called The Traveler's Gifts. The Traveler's Gifts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Traveler's Gifts. We're going to go out to Southern Desert Correctional Center. Please step up, tell us your name, and what is that question or comment you might have for Greg Ketter.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Nathan, and it's funny when you said you thought you hit rock bottom, but rock bottom has a basement. I think that basement has another basement because each time you think you hit rock bottom,
right,
you're like,
right.
I think from my personal experience, I think God doesn't use people unless they have testimony.
That's right.
And so you think enough and you feel confident and you keep on rising above, but he's going to show you that he can use you if you believe in him. And God needs people with testimony. And obviously he used you for a great testimony.
I like it.
I wouldn't be with my wife right now if I wasn't in here. We got separated. When I came in here, she was my rock and she's helping pick me back up. So
that's right.
Thank you for that incredible speech. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And
wow.
that is outstanding.
You can't have a testimony
Outstanding.
without a test.
We were talking about, rock bottom. I am so glad that my rock bottom was my strong foundation.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
My rock bottom, God
right.
turned into my foundation.
Right.
We're going to go back out to Southern Desert Correctional Center. Please step up. Tell us your name and what is that question and comment you might have for Dr. Ketter.
That was a powerful speech. Speaking on the book, The Traveler's Gift, I'm a square myself, and I'm a member of the book club here.
All right.
And I would like to know if we can get that book here. We're almost done with the book we're reading. So if we can coordinate that with John, we would like that.
They're trying to work me like a cheap
They're
suit.
trying to work you, John. I hope you can because I know it'll be good for you. I tell you what, I'm going to advocate for you. I'm going to talk to John about that and see if we can do that, okay?
All right, give him a hand for that. Give him a hand. We're talking to Dr. Greg Ketter. We got a few more minutes before we begin to close it out. We're going to go back out to Gene Conservation Camp. Please step up. Tell us your name and what is that question and comment that you might have for Greg Ketter.
Hey, my name is Jacqueline, and I just thought of a quote this whole time you were speaking, and it goes, imagine a world out there that's as small as your doubt or as big as your dreams.
Wow, very nice. That's
That
powerful.
was so good.
That's powerful.
That was so good. We probably got time for one more before. Oh, there we go. Gene Conservation Camp. Give her a big, gigantic hand out. And Gene, stepping up. Tell us your name and what is that question, comment you might have for Greg Ketter.
Heather, and I was just thinking about how you're saying that we all need to be responsible for the things that happen to us, and I know that for me, it was really hard at first, but the more I did that, the more I wanted to show my kids that no matter where you are, that you always have room to grow. And that has been my whole goal of doing my time, is to grow and to be the best I can be for my kids. And that's what I want, you know?
That's right. That's right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Please step up. Tell us your name. What is that question or comment you might have for Greg Ketter?
My name is Mindy, and I just wanted to say what really resonated with me that he said was the buck stops here. So the buck stops here with each and every one of us at our own 2 feet. If we don't like it, only we can change it. It has to start with us. It has to start here.
Man, that is so good. Give it up for her, man.
Good stuff.
She's got one more, Greg.
I have a little acronym that I say to myself every day. It's for the word giant, GAINT. There's nothing wrong with being a giant. Growing is a noble thing. So don't be afraid to stand tall and rise to your dreams.
Man, give it up for her.
I like it. Some good stuff.
And don't everybody just love the women out of Gene Camp?
Man,
they're out there growing. And that is absolutely amazing. So listen, as we're closing out, I want to give you guys 2 very important dates. That's going to be December 8th, but more importantly, on December 9th. That is the time that Hope for Prisoners do our annual 101 Christmases event, where we're going to pull the ladies out of Gene Conservation Camp. We're going to pull the folks out of Casa Grande and Three Lakes Conservation Camp, and we're going to take them over to Opportunity Village, and we are going to sit them on individual living room sets. And we're going to decorate trees and get gifts and toys, and we can give you an opportunity to bring your family there so we can create this Christmas morning experience for you that you would not normally have because you are incarcerated. It's going to be on December 8th and December 9th, but more particularly, I want everybody in this audience to pay attention to December 9th, because on December 9th, it just happens to be a Tuesday, so we're going to huddle up over in the magical forest. We're going to give you an opportunity to come out with your family. I'm buying out the park, so it's only going to be Hope for Prisoners people in the park. So we're going to go in the magical forest, and we're going to eat hamburgers, hot dogs, hot chocolate, cookie, and we're going to cookies. I said you're going to eat a cookie, like I was going to get one cookie. And we are going to give you a chance to get on those rides with your families, with your kids, and it's going to look like a Hallmark movie. And so make sure that you connect with your case managers. For those of you inside those facilities I may mention, make sure that you turn in that sheet as soon as you possibly can, because it's a little bit of a logistical nightmare for us to make sure that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Not sure which night the facilities are going to be coming out. I know you're going to be asking that question. It's going to be either December 8th or December 9th, where we're going to let you know probably before the mid next week which night you're going to be coming into, so you can let your families know. So we want to say good night. First of all, to Greg Ketter, can we give him a big, gigantic round of applause? The absolute best of the best. We want to say good night to everybody inside Nevada Department of Corrections, everybody watching on Facebook Live and YouTube channel and the LinkedIn page. And want to say good night to everybody who gathered here tonight at the Hope for Prisoners Billy Walters Center for Second Chances and the Steve and Judy Siegel Auditorium. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next week.